boogity, boogity, get up on your feet.
Well, hello everybody. Hey, have you missed me? Have you missed ODW? Have you missed the DW show? Ha ha ha. Haven't been doing it every week. I'm kind of in that coasting mode. You know, I'm just coasting along right now. As a matter of fact, I'm getting ready to go on a 2-week vacation, my annual 2-week vacation to my favorite little island up in the ocean, out in the ocean. Me and the girls, a couple of weeks. So don't get excited or disappointed or don't start crying because I'm not going to be around for a couple of weeks. Look, I'll miss you as much as you'll miss me. This is hurting me as much as it's going to hurt you. But kind of feel the same way about what happened in Atlanta on Tuesday. You know, I don't think I ever won a race on Tuesday. I don't think we ran many races on Tuesday. Does that make it count? Yeah, I guess it still counts. And it counts in a big way for Jeff Gordon. 85 wins. Breaks out of a tie with me and Bobby Allison. And hey. Listen, I could say I have 89 wins. I could say that NASCAR didn't give me credit for a win at Darlington or a win at Wilkesboro or a win at Charlotte or, you know, we can all do that. We can play that game. I have 84 wins. Bobby Allison has 84 wins, and that's official, okay? Jeff Gordon now has 85. He passes both. But guess what? Here's the good news. Still in the top 5. You know, there's only 3 guys that have won more races than I have. So what do I have to be upset about or disappointed about? Nothing. People have been emailing me, tweeting me, oh, DW, I bet you're so upset. I'm not. I'm excited. I'm happy. Listen, when Jeff Gordon came to this sport in 1992, that first year was a little shaky, and you've heard me say it. Okay, I'll repeat it. Call Rick Hendrick. And I said, Rick, I don't believe the kid's going to make it. He wrecked every week. He wrecked 15 race cars in his first year. I guess he was going through a learning curve. And boy, did he learn. He learned how to win. And look, he's been in this sport right around a little less than 20 years. And that's when he's won it. That's how long it's taken him to win 85 races. It took me about 20 years to win my 84 races. All of us guys that won a lot of races, we have big numbers for a few years. You know, 8, 10, 12 wins in a season for 2 or 3, 4 years, and that's how you get those big numbers. I had it in the 80s, and Jeff's had it in the 90s. You know, Bobby had it through the 80s and some of the 70s, so that's how you get those big numbers. But anyway, I'm proud of Jeff Gordon. There have been times when I was not a Jeff Gordon fan. But when I look at his career and I look at the impact he's had on this sport, I have a lot of it. First of all, I have a lot of admiration, and I have a lot of respect, and I have a lot of appreciation for what he's been able to do. It's hard to win 85 races. It's really hard. Trust me, I know. And I won 84 races against what was my hero to start with, and my frenemy as time went along, me and Bobby Allison. But Jeff is really kind of, he transcends the old school to where we are today. You know, he, in my opinion, is responsible for the youth movement. In '92 when he came along, young guy, got a good-looking wife, and he was a winner and spoke well. He's a good-looking kid, and he really attracted a lot of young people to our sport. And I give him a lot of credit for that. And a lot of young drivers. I think Jeff opened eyes to a lot of car owners, that you give some of these young guys the right equipment and the right people around them, they can do big things, and Jeff's done big things. So proud of the man, love him, his wife Ingrid, 2 kids. He's a papa. They call him Papa, which I think is funny. We call him Big Daddy, and rightfully so, because he's probably he's the biggest cat in the alley right now, I'll tell you that. But he's been smart. He's really managed his career well. His stepfather, John Bickford, has done a whale of a job managing his career. He's invested well. He stayed in the Hendrick camp this whole time, which is smart. He's been in the same car, number 24, his whole career, a lot like Richard Petty. The reason I think Richard was so successful is he drove the 43 car pretty much for Petty Enterprises the whole time. And so having that consistency year in and year out, and Rick Hendrick surrounded Jeff with all the best people. He's had the best sponsors, and it's paid off. He's repaid his sponsors, Rick, the fans, and all of us by these incredible numbers that he's been able to post. So big fan, have a lot of respect for him. Hopefully, I may be able to sit down with him Friday in Richmond and do an interview for race day on Speed on Saturday. So keep your eye out for that. But congratulations to Jeff. Hey, one other thing about Jeff, and this is the way it is, okay? In 1972, when R.J. Reynolds came along and the Winston brand, they re-racked the sport. And it went from the beginning to what NASCAR termed the modern era. That's when we went from 64 races a year to 28, 30 races a year. They just streamlined the schedule, more emphasis on certain races, and they created what was called the modern era. In the modern era, up until yesterday, up until Tuesday, I was the winningest driver in the modern era. Jeff Gordon is now the winningest driver in the modern era. And I think that's significant because when you look at the sport and we say, well, could this driver have cut it then? Could that driver have cut it then? You have to kind of look at all those circumstances. What the schedule was like, what the equipment was like, what the competition was like. And so when NASCAR reset everything in 1972, it's almost as if they said those wins are in one era and these wins from here on are in another era. And so Jeff Gordon is the winningest driver in the modern era. And that really impresses me because, hey, I'm part of the modern era.